Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here today to bring a review for Shaman King episode 38. So the first thing I've got to say is obviously the most obvious thing. Yo's back. Well, he's gonna be heading that route at least for now. And in quite honesty, I'm a little bit surprised because I, for the life of me, did not even think that it was a possibility. I didn't think it would be a thing where Yo could even rejoin. But when you look at it, from a narrative standpoint, uh, it's not like he officially like left the tournament, the Shaman King tournament. I mean, like, it's not like he told the Patch Tribe members that he calls it quits. He's out. He's done, and that was officially like written down, and that so they officially took Team Yo out of the thing. He just said like, "Yo, I'm done." He hasn't missed his next match. He hasn't missed the next match. Therefore, he hasn't been disqualified. So therefore, he's still in the running until he does miss that match. And because of Zeke's threats within this episode, like, yo, if you don't join back that golem and then kids there, they're getting killed, they're getting deaded. So it's because of those reasons why Yo is essentially being forced back into the tournament. And Yo knows that the X-Laws, they ain't gonna be too happy about that because they made a promise. And Yo said, yeah, Yo said, I won't be in the Shaman King tournament no more. That's my end of the bargain. But bring back my boy Ren. Yeah, so they're not happy about the sudden turnaround, the sudden 180 in Yo's attitude. And Yo understands that, but at the same time, he ain't gonna grovel. He ain't groveling. He ain't gonna do no more begging. And he's there now. He's not there to do no more begging. So he wants the approval of the X-Laws. At the end of the day, he could have just not gone to the X-Laws at all, if I think about it. But he wants the approval of the X-Laws, to rejoin the Shaman King tournament. But he's not going to do it by begging. He's going to take it. He's going to take that approval by force. So he goes there with the mind state to fight them and force them to say, alright, cool, do you know what? Back off. You can rejoin the thing. And now, I feel like he went there and had the intention of, obviously he went there with the intention to win. What am I saying? But I feel like he would have been strong enough to take out all of the X-Laws that were present, including Isaac. But he does make a claim that, bring on the Iron Maiden as well. She can come, we can fight, I'll take her out as well. But I'm forcing for my approval kind of thing. But I don't think that Yo could have beat all of them. I feel like it's been mentioned that like he's above. I remember it was mentioned that he's above Marker, so that's the fact that Marker is like their captain, even though he gets angry about it. I don't feel like Yo was in a position where he could have taken on all the X-Laws present and take out the Iron Maiden as well. I don't even feel like within a one-on-one fight, if they're both fresh, that Yo could have taken out the Iron Maiden. But he does go there with that intent and with that state of mind, so maybe he could have pulled it off, and I'm just... Anyways. But regardless of that, it does lead to my favourite part of the episode, which was the fight between Yo and the X-Laws that were present. And he goes there with not only Amida Maru, but his dad's guardian ghost as well. And it seems like he was having a fairly easy time. I feel like it would have got to a position where he defeats the X-Laws, maybe Iron Maiden hops in there as well. They have a little bit of a square off, and then during mid-fight between Iron Maiden and Yo, the Iron Maiden says, you know what? Cool. Rejoin the two. We rejoin. Why not? Why not? We're all gonna die anyway. Yo, Zeke is too powerful. So yeah, in all honesty, I feel like that's where it would have led to a fight between Yo and Iron Maiden. Midway during the fight, Iron Maiden would have said, you know what? Cool. Rejoin the fight. But we don't get that. We don't get that. The fight is actually interrupted. Say midway. We'll say midway. Whatever. Regardless, it was interrupted, and we have, forget his name, but it's basically the guy who starts the X-Law, the Judas of the X-Laws, if you will, because he creates the X-Laws and then he abandons them to join Zeke, and this leads to a bit of backstory for Marco. And in all honesty, I don't think beforehand, up until this episode, I've had an opinion of Marco, but now I feel like his character is starting to irritate me. I'm not sure why, but I just feel like this episode rather, started to develop a bit of irritation I have for this character. And maybe once I rewatch things and just see things further through going forward, I'll start to understand that irritation. But basically, this guy, the Judas, he looked after Marco when he was younger, brought him into the X-Files, whatever. And basically, what I'm getting is that Marco looked up to this guy up until a point where he abandoned the X-Files, essentially. And now this guy, the Judas, was here because obviously he's working for Zeke. He's Team Zeke. He's come here to help Yo. Yo did not want this help, but he's here for rather those reasons, sorry. And obviously with Marco, because this is one of Zeke's boys, Marco's in the intention of that he must die. So that's that. Once that's kicked off now, Yo doesn't want nobody to die, so he is therefore now trying to stop a fight between Marco and this Judas guy. And now Marco respects the fact that Yo is trying to help him in this scenario, but he also feels like he should butt out and stay out of it, hence the death penalty being dropped from 100 to 99. So we now gonna have a fight between Marco and Judas. That's what I'm gonna call him until I figure out his name. And even Judas even says that, don't worry about the kiddies. They won't be able to interrupt our fight. But I feel a bit conflicted about that, if that's the right word to use, because according to the Iron Maiden, Yo is stronger than Marco. So if Yo is considered a kid, then Marco should be considered a kid as well, unless I'm misinterpreting that whole thing wrong. But that is everything I've got to say about this episode. Actually, that's a lie. I want to say one more thing. So as the episode, in the midst of the episode, we have a little scene with Ren, Trey, and Draco. And during the scene, Ren admits to Trey that, Yo is gonna be a problem if it continues. And now why that caught my eye is because I thought that maybe because of Ren's Zenkai boost that he received not too recently, I thought he would be over Yo at this point. But it seems like even with the Zenkai, Yo is still on top. Or it could be just a thing where Ren does have more for Ryoku at this point, but he is more so worried about the other things he mentioned about Yo. Well, he didn't even mention Ryoku to begin with. He mentioned that how Yo can be unpredictable at times, and I think that might be when was stated. I thought that that might be that. Okay, that's probably his main concern of Yo, his unpredictableness, which could lead to his defeat and his team's defeat. But I also feel like it's implied that Yo's Furoku at the moment is over Ren's and the rest of the team as well. And that's everything I've got to say about this episode. This episode was enjoyable, but I don't think it deserves any more than a 3-star rating. And of course, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.